What's cracking, everybody? Zerfelros here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle League content. Today we're going to look into my first battles of this season, starting at rank 3 because I was too embarrassed to show my poor performance in the rank 1 category. So rank 3 and rank 4 battles here for you on a strong team, running the apparently very popular Mud Boy Double Flyer combo here. So we've got Swagsire, the return of the Mud Machine, and we've got 2 flyers in the back. We've got Noctowl, just like we saw a lot of in my previous season team, Great League Remix. I was featuring Trevenant and Noctowl in the back line. Having double Shadow Ball, I feel, is very strong in this meta. So having it as like a nuke move with some other coverage is really helpful. So having that Golbat too as the safe swap. Both of these Pokemon can be safe swaps, by the way. So whatever you feel is the less dominant matchup is really the ideal way to go here. Now, Golbat being a Shadow doesn't have to be Shadow. You could definitely run it with regular Golbat, not needing a Shadow boost at all. It just helps, but either way you go, this team is super solid. You're going to see me go, I think it's 9-1 with this team. Only really lost to some super hard counters. So let's get right into the battles here. And here we go. Swagsire into Magcargo. We got Swagsire is going to put the hurt on this slug, and the opponent's staying in. There we go. Now they swap out, and they come in with Jump Bluff. So now that the Quagsire's got enough energy, we're going to go ahead and swap out, and Golbat's going to come in to be able to almost hard counter this whole thing. So let's let Golbat do some real damage here with the poison flying attacks that it has, and they're going to add it very quickly. The opponent shields the first Poison Fang. Now, they're probably looking to make a play for switch here. I think they have to, because the Quagsire against the Magcargo is kind of hard to deal with, but I know that I can shield. I don't have to shield the first Acrobatics. I know that I can tank at least the one. And then the Golbat just has to keep throwing the Poison Fangs. The opponent will likely double shield here to try and retain switch. Nope, they realize that it's over, so they let it go. And they come in with a Manectric, and at this point I'm absolutely terrified. Thankfully, Quagsire is able to deal with a lightning or electric type like Manectric, but that thing is excitingly scary. And that's what I love about these early season battles, is you see so much crazy spice. Now the opponent has absolutely no choice but to bring in Magcargo, and I can't really bring in my Noctowl at any point now at this battle, or it's just gonna get shredded. So gonna go ahead and land the Stone Edge, hopefully. There goes the Stone Edge into the Magcargo, and with 2 shields, now the Earthquake's gonna come through. And ladies and gentlemen, the first battle you're gonna see from me of season 11 is gonna be a double kaboomer. Here we go. As soon as the lag is over. There it is. All right, takes out Manectric, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played to my opponent. Manectric absolutely core breaking the back team there, but thankfully I was able to keep alignment. So Stunfisk, this is actually very good for Quagsire, because the opponent is throwing neutral mud bombs or resisted discharges, and I've got Earthquake, so that's all I need. And Earthquake is going to do plenty of damage here. So, going to see if the opponent wants to stay in. Nope, they swap into an Abomasnow. And while Abomasnow is technically a very hard counter to a Mud Boy, Stone Edge still hurts. Yes, it absolutely does. And now Golbat's going to come in and wing attack this thing down before it can even get to a move. And now all I got to do is just throw some moves at this Ufisk. I'm just going straight for Shadow Ball. I'm going for the damage. I'm hoping they don't shield. And if they do, then great, I get a shield off them. But they don't shield. Shadow Ball goes right through. And now the Golbat is just going to go down. I'm not shielding the Golbat. It's done its job. It took out the Abomasnow and it threw a Shadow Ball at this Ufisk. But the opponent is going to be able to farm me down, and that is a problem. Sort of. Quagsire is going to stay lined up to it, though, and I think that's the big thing. The opponent is going to be able to go for a move here. Again, I didn't realize I don't need to shield anything here at all, so I'm going to let them throw the Mud Bomb. It does. They will chip me down eventually. I can't stay in forever, but the Pelipper comes in. Pelipper. Stone Edge. Let's see how hard these rocks hit the Pelipper. Nope, they shield quite smartly, because that would have hurt a lot. So, Pelipper is now going to be matched up against the Noctowl in a more or less neutral matchup. 2 flyers haven't added in the skies here, and I've got 2 shields, and I do shield up a potential Hurricane, but it's just a Weather Ball, and I'm able to get the Sky Attack off. So now my opponent is going to have to either eat the Sky Attack or shield, and at this point, I'm kind of in an advantage in this game. My Quagsire is pretty much has the ability to farm down their Ufisk, and I don't need to shield this because they didn't go up to a Hurricane whatsoever, and I'm not afraid of Weather Balls for my opponent, who is running double Weather Ball and Ufisk. But that's okay. They didn't go for the move. I'm not sure why. I think they were trying to go for the Hurricane, but they didn't. So I'm going to go for the Sky Attack here. against the Ufisk. I could have gone for Shadow Ball, but I was kind of just going for the chip damage and the shield. So now with one shield, I'm going to be able to get to a move against this Ufisk, and that's pretty much going to be a good game. So well played to my opponent, but Swagsire taking names and being the absolute king core breaker of the Great League Remix, in my opinion. It eats everything, dude. Everything in this meta, except for grass types, has a hard time dealing with Quagsire. And even then, Quagsire's got Stone Edge, so it does a lot of damage to a lot of things. So, next battle, let's go. Quagsire is going to get a Pelipper for breakfast today, folks. Neutral, kind of not so great matchup for me, though, so I am going to quick swap into my Golbat, trying to draw out a potential counter to the flying backline that I've got here. Maybe a Registeel, you know, so anything really. So Pelipper is going to throw Weather Ball. They are going to get my shield. What I do here, and the reason why I shield up is because I want to be able to retain health for a potential matchup coming in if it's going to do a significant amount of damage to me. Now, because they decided to continue playing out this matchup, now the second one, for example, I wouldn't shield, but because now the switch clocks are so aligned, I'm going to be able to use that to my advantage later on. But Poison Fang is going to take out the Pelipper, and now they're going to come in with the Shadow Machamp. Shadow Machamp is not an answer to a Golbat in the least. My friend and opponent here may not have an answer to the Golbat at all, and they didn't want to sacrifice both shields to the Pelipper. So I will shield up a potential Rock Slide, and my opponent baits me with a Cross Chop like an absolute genius. However, they're not going to be able to get to a Rock Slide at this point, so I will be able to take them out with Wing Tax. And all they've got left at this point is a normal type. I'm assuming that was probably a Vigoroth, considering there was a Machamp in the back. So, no, that's a Greedent. It's a Greedent. They definitely don't have an answer for Golbat here. So, yeah, Golbat's going to have some play here. So Golbat now being the since it was the only thing left, it was able to throw the Poison Fang. I did get a debuff on them, so I will take that. But now that Noctowl is very tanky and resisting these Bullet Seeds, I will be able to do a lot of damage to this Greedent. And I honestly don't really want my Quagsire against it because the Bullet Seeds do double super effective damage. But the opponent concedes the game because they see what is about to happen, and they give in. And that's all right with me. Well played to my opponent, though. They did definitely have pride. It was a good team. I just kind of hard countered them, unfortunately. So, speaking of hard countered, that was a Jolteon with Volt Switch. So Jolteon, not going to have play against a ground type like Quagsire. Quagsire is going to get a Stone Edge off. The opponent does shield. And now I'm going to come in with my own Golbat. The opponent running a Crobat. I saw a lot of Crobats, actually, in my first couple of sets here in the Remix Cup. And I wonder if that's just because it's cheap to make, probably. But I do shield up a Shadow Ball here to make sure that I don't let my Golbat get boomed out of the game too quickly here. And I'll follow up my own Shadow Ball. There goes the Crobat coming down. And they come in with a Mr. Mime. And dude, this thing has... It's got Confusion, and that hurts a lot. But Golbat has Poison Fang and is going to be able to deal huge super effective damage back to it. If they don't shield, they don't. They're going to take me out. However, I have a Noctowl now, which has Shadow Ball and Sky Attack. So I am going to be able to outpace this Mr. Mime to whatever moves it's going to have. Plus, Noctowl is just so bulky that it's not going to get taken out. And my opponent maybe doesn't know the typings here, unfortunately. So, in the event that the opponent is watching this video, just so you're aware, normal type attacks double resist Ghost, so always better to not throw the resist move if you can. Thunder, I mean, Jolteon's got Last Resort and Electric moves, so there's not really much for it to do here, other than throw resisted damage, unfortunately. I'm going to go for the Stone Edge Bait because it would do enough damage to KO, and I want the shield anyway, if they have one even left, which they don't. Me not paying attention to my own games here. So the Stone Edge was enough to take them out, and it saves me a little bit of energy to get to the next Stone Edge against Mr. Mime, and that is going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent. Apologies for the hard counter. Hopping in to the next match, we've got a Coxacroak and a Quagsire. This is a very neutralist matchup, but I do eventually want to swap out. Now, what I look to do here is I count to 6, and I try to catch a Mud Bomb, and I get the Mud Bomb catch on the opponent here. And they're now going to have to empty all of their energy out. And they come in with Empoleon, and Empoleon is a very strong counter to Golbat. All I can really do is for the Shadow Ball. And so the opponent is going to get to a move here. I have to shield this up because I really want to get the Shadow Ball off here. I'm in an advantageous position against the Toxicroak because of the energy differential that I've made by catching that move. However, this Empoleon can put up 2 shields easily, and they're going to be able to, they're definitely going to be able to take out my Golbat and win switch. So I do need to be cautious about that. The Toxicroak has plenty of play against me still, even though Noctowl can handle it quite nicely. If I take so much as a single Sludge Bomb, that is a problem for me. So I'm going to bring the Swagsire back in. I'm going to throw the Stone Edge, because what I want to do is throw the resisted damage and do just this. I want to farm down. But I have to shield. And that's unfortunate. I was kind of hoping it would get there just in case. Opponent throws the Drill Peck. Not going to be the Hydro Cannon in this case. And the opponent sends in a Celebi. Doesn't have Magical Leaf. So thankfully it's not going to hit me with any grass damage. So now at this point though, I know that they're completely weak to my Noctowl. So I'm going to be able to get just enough farm before they get to a Sludge Bomb. And I'm going to throw the Sky Attack to take out the Toxicroak. And then just after that, I'm going to get enough farm in to take out the Celebi with a Sky Attack. And that is a good game. Well played to my opponent. But once again, Noctowl proving just how effective it is as a core breaker and just overall strong Pokemon in the Great League Remix. And I already did a video on Noctowl, so I didn't want to make this featured Noctowl. So instead, we brought back the Mud Machine, Swagsire himself. And, you know, everything puts in work in this team. It's a great team, to be honest. Next up here, we've got Swagsire on the lead versus Alolan Shadow Marowak. And this is actually pretty good here for me because most of my team can deal with it. Vigoroth comes in, going to counter with the Golbat. Golbat having Poison Fang is going to be able to put this Vigoroth in a very bad position, double resisting the counter damage, and going to be able to load up on some energy after I throw this first Poison Fang, and shield if I have to. I will not shield the first Body Slam because I don't need to, but if I get to the point where I need to shield a second one, that's fine. I don't need to win switch here, but it would be nice, just in case the Noctowl would be better off against a potential fighting type in the back, because Alolan Marowak typically is not great against dark types, which is what a double fighter backline would be. So they safe swap into the Vigoroth, expecting to bring up my counter to a fighting type. So here you go. Here's my counter to a fighting type, but I've got another too, so we'll see what the opponent does. But I'm looking to get to a Shadow Ball here to either get the shield or boom this Marowak out of existence. Let's see what happens. Do we get the Shadow Ball off? And the survey says we get the Shadow Ball. One shots the Marowak, and Zweilous comes in with 2 shields, and this is actually really scary. So, Swagsire is going to come in and attempt to get to a Stone Edge. I'm not going to go for the Earthquake because this thing, Dragon Breaths add up real fast. And Zweilous has Body Slam, which is 12 turns to get to a Body Slam. It's very quick. So I'm looking to get both their shields if possible, and then use the bulk on my Noctowl and a shield in order to try and get to a Sky Attack or 2 in order to take out. The opponent gets to a Dark Pulse here, and now I'm just barely able to get to this this Stone Edge. Now, it looks like there was some lag, unfortunately. 241 fixes incoming if you saw the known issues page, so Hopium, Copium, etc. But here comes Noctowl with the shield advantage here. Gonna shield this up in case it's the Dark Pulse. I don't want to take that damage, but it is just a Body Slam. Opponent baits me quite well, but now I am up a lot of energy, and I have basically a Sky Attack, and I'll be able to get to another one before I think they can take me out. So that is looking like a good game here, but very well played to my opponent. That Zweilous does scare me. It's actually sneaky good in this meta, so if you've got a good one, this is a good place to run it. Not gonna lie. However, my team was thankfully able to outbulk the Zweilous, and that is a good game. Very well played to my opponent, though. We've got another match with Swagsire against Seismitoad. The Mud Boys duking it out in the swamp. Shrek wants them out of the swamp. Swagsire says it's going to get out of the swamp, but we're going to get some energy first. Opponent throws immediately, so they're running Muddy Water on their Seismitoad, so doesn't do a whole lot of damage, and there's a potential for a debuff. So I'm going to swap out right away, and once again, got out of the swamp. So Golbat comes in, opponent's going to throw Muddy Water. They're hoping for a debuff, it looks like here. And I can't really throw Poison Fang at this thing because it's resisted. So I'm just trying to farm up energy right now, kind of hoping that they swap out, but they don't. So I will go for the Shadow Ball. And the Shadow Ball is going to hurt a lot unless they shield the Seismitoad. Opponent shields the Seismitoad. So they may not have an answer in the back for Golbat. Golbat here is going to tank yet another Muddy Water. Probably opponent is running like Earth Power or something in Muddy Water. So I will now go for a Poison Fang. The opponent is low enough on HP that I can now start threatening their health and their shields with Poison Fang if they want to keep their Seismitoad alive, which they just let it go. Opponent is smartly keeping their shield saved for something else, as am I. And I will let this go because I know I can tank one more Muddy Water before going down. But the opponent's going to come with a Meowstic and absolutely snipe me. I didn't even get to see what fast move that was, but apparently it was fast enough that I can't do it. No, it's confusion. So there were turns lost. Thank you, Niantic. I hope this is fixed soon because, man, this stuff is really frustrating. I know that there's fixes coming. I've been keeping track of the Ghost Stadium, you know, VODs and all that, so there's hope on the horizon. But let me tell you, in the meanwhile, it's super frustrating. Anyway, Meowstic is going to throw an energy ball at my Noctowl, and I shield, thinking it could potentially be a Thunderbolt. I think this thing has Thunderbolt now. Honest to God, I don't remember. But I'm going to be able to farm down with Noctowl, and they've got a Seismitoad with no HP, going to farm that down too. And what do they got in the back? But a Lurantis. I love Lurantis, dude. Lurantis is so much fun. Unfortunately, my entire backline annihilates Lurantis, and they were not able to get alignment with it. So, here comes some Sky Attacks. Lurantis is going to go down quite quickly here. Unfortunately for my opponent, but the Lurantis just was not the right pick to play against this team. However, it's a very good pick elsewhere. I think it would probably do better in the lead. So that's where all the Mud Boys tend to hang out. But, once again, blind threes. Nobody ever knows. I didn't know there was a Politoed coming next. So I'm going to swap right away into my Golbat here. I typically use Golbat as my safe switch here. I don't mind using Noctowl. Once again, I don't mind using Noctowl as a safe switch here. It's just kind of a preferential thing. But Golbat with the Shadow Boost and the Poison Fang, it just makes for a more aggressive safe switch, and it puts a lot more pressure on the opponent's shields. And the damage from the Shadow Boost and the Poison Fangs add up much quicker that way. So I prefer to use it as a safe switch because it still has a lot of play. So it's just preference, though. You kind of come into the less dominating matchup, if anything. But what I'm looking to do here, actually, is kind of a 5-head play. I'm going to eat this move, which is a Zap Cannon. I thought for sure it was going to be a Focus Blast. But I'm going to go up to 100 energy now that I know I can. And I'm going to throw a Stone Edge. Why do I throw a Stone Edge? Because I want to be able to farm this thing all the way down, and I was not in a position where I could farm the Registeel down without eating a whole nother charge move. So I throw the Stone Edge for some chip damage, and then I'm going to farm it the rest of the way down and have an Earthquake loaded. And now my Noctowl is going to come in on this Poliwrath running Ice Punch. That hurts, kind of, but thankfully not too much. But we've still got 2 shields apiece. And the Poliwrath absolutely outpaces me to these Ice Punches. So I do have to shield this one. I do have to start considering what do they have in the back. And I'm going to find out real quick. They're running an ABA line of fighters. It's Machamp in the back. And Machamp is actually not that bad against my Noctowl. So I will let this go because I know it's a cross chop. They were going to be able to farm me down, but I should be able to get to another Sky Attack before that. So I should be able to pull both shields off of my opponent in time for my Noctowl to go down. And thankfully I do, as long as they shield this up. And then Swagsire is going to have an Earthquake. And essentially what I have to do at that point is load up on some extra energy before the opponent can get to another move here. Thankfully, they didn't throw the cross chop right away. I don't think they had one. But Earthquake comes through. Down goes Machamp. And now I've got to get to an Earthquake before my opponent can get to 2 moves. One short of the Earthquake. And they throw a move. What is it? It's an Ice Punch. That didn't mean to kaboom. That was my fat finger hitting the space bar. But anyway, kabooms are always fun. So that was a kaboom ahead of time because the Earthquake's coming through. And you know what? We're going to do it again because I love that button. Takes out Poliwrath, and there it is. All right. Fantastic. My fat finger's hitting my space bar. And then missing the transition. There it is. Oh, no. I've ruined the video. That's okay. We're going to continue on. I'm already, 20 minutes into this thing. You guys can understand. It's okay. So Wormadam comes in, and this is my loss. This is just like the perfect hard counter team to me. So the opponent has a... What did I say? I wasn't even paying attention. I was so worried about my screw up. What was that? A Shadow Machamp? So they basically have something that can beat the pants off my Quagsire. And then they've got a Confusion user, and they've also probably got a Registeel or something in the back. So I'm not going to be able to get rid of this Wormadam, unfortunately. I was really hoping to flip switch here. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to do so. And the opponent's got loaded energy on a Wormadam, and I've got to do something about it. So, Quagsire, I'm going to let eat the Bug Buzz. I kind of probably shouldn't have done that in hindsight. But they're going to go down, and then Machamp's going to come in. This is rough, but I catch the Cross Chop on Noctowl. Noctowl being just bulky. I'm hoping it can save this Cross Chop. Yep, it can, but guess that there's a Wireless, and that's it. So the thing with Wireless is, as I was saying earlier, it's very dangerous. I don't have anything on my team that can just deal with a Zweilous. I don't have a Machamp, I don't have a Fighter, I don't have a Charmer, I don't have a Ice-type user. So a Zweilous is one of those like indirect kind of core breakers to the team in which it can out-bulk things because, you know, Noctowl needs a lot of energy. Swagsire needs a lot of energy. Golbat really is what sets the team up to either farm down and get an energy lead or maintain some sort of an alignment in a good... And I don't even get the chance to use a Mud Shot or use my Stone Edge or anything. So, well played to my opponent, though. They completely whooped my rear end with that. They hard countered me, and I accept defeat. So, good games to them. So, another Mud Boy Swamp lead. Here we go. Get out of my swamp, says Shrek, as I eat a Mud Bomb from this Whiscash. So Swagsire is going to continue to build up some energy. What I'm looking to do here is swap out to catch yet another Mud Bomb. So I kind of get a feel for my opponent, right? Mud Bomb doesn't do a lot of damage. I kind of want to see what they want to do. They want to throw Mud Bomb as soon as they get it. So I figure, all right, 5-4. I'm going to counter swap out on the fourth one after the first Mud Bomb, and I'm just going to go ahead and try and swap and catch. Now, the opponent baits me with Mirror Shot. I figure you came in with the Magnezone, and I've already got no way to win this matchup. So you're not getting a shield, but they get... The Shadow Ball comes through. Opponent survives with 1 HP, though. And they've got enough energy for a Wild Charge. However, I have to come in with my Swagsire here, obviously. Throw 1 Mud Shot and take it out. And I have to eat this move. I can't waste a shield on a resisted Wild Charge, even though it's going to hurt. Wild Charge comes through and does plenty of damage, but I've got tons of energy now on my Swagsire, and Swagsires with energy are very dangerous. I don't know if you've ever seen a Swagsire with an absolute full bank account. That thing is going to be getting everybody and anybody with anything it wants because it's got the mud, it's got the rocks, it's got everything, man. And that's what makes it such a good core breaker in this Great League meta, or Great League Remix meta. We blocked the Blizzard, which is huge, and Wigglytuff is going to come in with the shield. Can we take care of this Wigglytuff? Let's find out. Let's go. Sky Attack coming through. The opponent does not shield. Going to go for another Sky Attack here with good timing. Again, that's 1-4-7 on those 2 versus 3 turn moves for anybody who isn't already aware. Sky Attack is going to draw a shield from this Wigglytuff, and I know that my Noctowl is getting to another Sky Attack before it goes down. However, I have to shield up this move. We do CMP tie, and unfortunately, Wigglytuff does have the higher attack stat. So I'm going to go for the Sky Attack here, and this is what the moment of truth. We're going to find out how much damage this Whiscash wants to take. All I need to do, they didn't go for Blizzard. They went for Mud Bomb, so I'm fine. My opponent, they definitely should have gone for the Blizzard here. Mud Bomb is not enough to take out a Noctowl, so I'm going to be able to go for the Sky Attack here, and I'm pretty sure I had quite a lot of energy loaded on my Swagsire. So, going to come with the Swagsire and use a move and basically kill the opponent. Combo play with the Earthquake. Here comes the Swagsire, drawn upon the forces of nature for just this moment. Takes out the Whiscash with an Earthquake, and that is a good game, and that is the last of the good games. Very well played to my opponents. This team absolutely slapped in the early stages of the Great League Remix. Now, shared this team with my patrons, and they also ruined people's lives with it. Swagsire is just the gangster we all knew it was, and he came back for this specific reason. Now, speaking of my patrons, thank you so much, you guys, for your support. And if you, my dear viewers and subscribers, which I appreciate you all as well, if you are looking to get some help achieving Legend, need some guidance, I have teams, I have tips, everything is done through my Patreon and their Discord within teams early, videos early, meta tips early, basically everything under the sun for GBL. I will help you get to Legend. One way or another, I will help you. I can't guarantee it, but I'll help you. And I'm also on Metafy for coaching if you're interested in that as well. Once again, making that Legend push or trying to, get ready for regionals or internationals even. Hit me up if you need. Happy to help out. I want to be able to help people. That's what I want to do. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video with me. I look forward to the next one. Ultra League is coming up in a few days here, and that's going to be my bread and butter. I can't wait. So, all right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.